is sure enough dynamite.
Dynamite, 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 dynamite.
Mumbai, educated youth from the slums of Mumbai, India, started the Dalit Panthers movement or the DPM in June 1972. Inspired by Bihar Habinkar and the US Black Panthers, the Dalits or the downtrodden people are the lowest untouchable caste of the Hinduism society. Hinduism viewed the Dalits as sinners in their prior lives who can only redeem themselves by being good servants to the higher caste Hindus. So our story actually begins in the 1920s. In the 1920s, Abinkar, a Dalit who was a primary author of the Indian Constitution, tried to end Dalit oppression by giving them more political power. In writing the draft for the Indian Constitution in 1933, Abinkar reserved a proportion of all elected positions for Dalits, and only Dalits could vote for these positions. Mohandas Mohad Gandhi, a high caste Hindu, opposed political power as a solution for Dalit oppression. He protested Abinkar's work by going on a hunger strike, which precipitated a slaughter of thousands of Dalits. Afraid of many more deaths than probably his own death, Abinkar backed down and eliminated this provision in the constitution. Because of the continued Hindu oppression of the Dalits, Abinkar converted to Buddhism in 1956. His conversion led to a mass conversion of other Dalits to Buddhism in 1956. Given their lack of political power, most Dalits continue to have very menial or even degrading jobs, like removing human waste from the streets, dead animals from the street, or sweeping the street. Dalits comprise 18% of the Indian population, and they face ongoing segregation in schools, restaurants, police violence, sexual assault, and even lack of access to clean drinking water. And that's saying a lot for India back in the 70s and 60s. The DPM selected the name Dalit Panthers after reading about the US Black Panthers in the Time magazine. The DPM combined the works of Abinkar with the militants and self-defense of the Black Panther Party of the US to combat atrocities against the Dalits. DPM co-founders of Namudan Dashal Rajadal, J.V. Parwa, and Aran Kabal were poets and even writers. Their anti-establishment poetry and short stories published in the Dashal magazine, Vashtor, or Revolt, were realistic depictions of oppressions of Dalit people and their revolutionary struggle for change. The DPM also knew self-defense in response to atrocities against the Dalits, held election boycotts, demonstrated against the ruling Congress Party, and even attacked Hindu deities to protest Dalit caste oppression. In 1973, the DPM published a manifesto integrating Marxism, capitalist exploitation with Buddhism, identifying the Dalit enemies as landlords, capitalists, landlenders, and even the government that was controlled by the ruling caste system. They also expanded the term Dalits to include other oppressed peoples, such as other low-schedule caste people, neo-Buddhists, landless people, poor peasants, and even exploited women. The notoriety of the DPM poems, short stories, and even street protests led to a rapid growth with over 30 loosely organized groups of the DPM in Mumbai. In 1974, the DPM leaders Dashal and Dahal disagreed about having a Marxism-Buddhism ideology versus a strictly Buddhist identity. Outside pressure on the DPM included intense police surveillance and even Indira Gandhi's, no relation to Mahat, and her state of emergency in 1975 to 1977. On March 7, 1977, Dashal and Parawa announced the dissolution of the DPM as a result of the infighting and even political repression by Indira and infighting from the Marxism and the Buddhists. The DPM's legacy is seen in Dalit literature and even in politics to this day. The writing of the poems of poets and even writers helped to establish a Dalit literature as a major literary form in India, and Dashal became one of India's leading poets. The DPM also had a lasting impact on Indian politics, of course. Shortly after the dissolution of the DPM, Kebal and other DPM members formed the Bharata Dalit Panthers, or the BDP, when the emergency rule lifted on the 21st of March 1977. The BDP expanded across India in nearly 20 states, and they were most active near the Indian-Nepali border and Tamil Nadu in southern India. In Tamil, the party is known as the DPI. It is now the major Dalit political party in Tamil, fighting against the Dalit oppression, as its forefathers once did in the 1970s. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, hope I wasn't too fast this time. Anyway, guys, it's been a blast. We're gonna finish up this Black Panther mini-series thing, but we're still doing it in conjunction with probably like the Soviet-Afghan War. I was thinking Friday, a Panther episode, and then Saturday, Soviet-Afghan War, which is coming this Saturday, I promise. This Saturday is the day. I got it edited, I just want to do Saturday so it will be a rhythm, so we keep chugging along in a rhythm. We're going to finish Germany next week, and by Friday, we're actually going to do our first Bulgaria episode. Promise you that. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Samina Brog Bulgariask, and hope you learned something. And remember, guys, the BPP is a Chad, and the BLM is a virgin. Anyway, guys, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, well, you're a virgin. GG, boys. Learn something.
किसी के प्यार में दिल सुबह